Assalamu alaikum. Today we discuss about student loan refinancing in 2022. How to do it and what you should know first. It's never been a better time to think about refinancing your student loan with interest rate at record lows. Refinancing can be smart move for my student browsers. Assuming they have taken everything into consideration, there are currently more than 43 million people with student loan debt in the US, and borrowers carry an average balance to more than $39,351. As a result, tens of millions of people stand to potentially save some money by refinancing their loan at lower interest rate, particularly with student loan payments resuming in February after 2-year freeze. Here, what you keep in mind before shopping around for a new rate. Important thing to consider before refinancing your student loan in 2022. The first thing to know about refinancing your student loan in 2022 is that the timing of perfect in terms of interest rate. Variables rates have nowhere to go but up, says Mark Confortis, a student loan expert who has written 5 books about scholarship and financial aid. At borrowers may want to refinance because the interest rate are at or near historic lows. You can potentially get a lower rate, especially if your rate are much higher from a few years ago. Second, borrowers who were enjoying a brief holiday from making loan payments due to pandemic should prepare to start paying once again. That's because Biden administration has confirmed that the pass will end at the end of January. The third bell in the air of protest of some sort of student loan forgiveness action coming down from on high. The idea has been batted around by the Biden administration for some time, and it's hard to say if any concentration or executive action are seriously on the table. From control perspective, any program that addresses loan forgiveness is likely to limit it in eligibility, and private student loans probability would not be included in any potential measure. However, he adds, if it does happen, it will happen sooner rather than later. Federal borrowers could give up some benefits and protection by refinancing their federal loan into a private loan, and potentially any portals for loan forgiveness. In short, federal loans have better benefits, but private loans tend to offer lower rates so that parents borrowers with their choice. Search your option and shop around. The first thing to do if you plan on refinancing or the least exploring your option is to shop around for a new lender. While a new lower interest rate may be top of mind for many people, it's also smart to look at the fine print too. We recommended not just the interest rate but compare all terms and conditions during the potential refinance, including fees, says Barry Collin, Vice President of Counseling and Education Program of the National Foundation of Credit Counseling. There are many pre-repayment potential too. When you refinance, there are plenty websites and services that will compare rates and loan terms. Colon sites or Sophie Credible and Common Bound as some of the more popular ones, and say that shopping around is the wise thing to do as a first step. Crunch number and makes a decision. It's important to note that refinancing offer corresponding effective interest rate will be based in large part on your credit. Any loan offer to refinancing will be based upon the borrower's credit profile, say column. Borrowers with the best credit scores will get the best refinance offer. With that in mind, it may be worth taking some step to boost your credit score of if necessary. Once you have a few attractive offers for refinancing, consider the interest rate and applicable fees and then decide which one works best for you. And if you are also wondering how refinancing your student loan may affect your taxes, there is not going to be much effect. A student loan is personal loan and does not qualify to be deducted. There is no tax benefit to refinancing a student loan. submitting the application and sign the dotted line. Once you decide to go through their refinancing, it's all a matter of filling out the application and submitting it. When doing so, remember that you will probably need a set of documents and information: a government issued ID, use social security number, SSN, bank statement and statement for your current student loan servicer. Also, if you need a cosigner, you may need that person's personal information to finally double back to make sure you are comfortable with all your loan terms, interest rate, that payment time frame, and any applicable fee. It never hurts to give everything a second look. Wait for the process to complete and start making payments to your new lender. The most important thing to do, column says, following the submission of your application is to be sign the loan document from your new lender, assuming you are approved, of course. And secondly, you need to keep the making payment to your old lender while everything is in process. Assuming that everything going to be happen immediately can cause you to miss payment, potentially hurting your credit and resulting in late fees. You will eventually get the green light from your new lender, and then you can switch up your payment. In practice, the process of refinancing your student loan is not overly cumbersome. The critical aspect in that you do some initial homework and take it into consideration that refinancing may have recurrent depending upon the specific of your loan. However, if getting a loan rate and lowering your monthly payment is all that matter to you, now is probably that time to pull the trigger, says control trades. If you want to lock in a low rate, now is time to do it. So some banks like Kerala and Sam Baker also decided to give the student loan back, refinancing in 2022. So as a result of 10 millions of people stand to potentially have some money by refinancing their loan to lower interest rate, particularly with student loan payment resuming in February. After 2 years, you freeze there. Here's what you keep in your mind before shopping around of new rate. There is also GMAT and Grew. Here's what MBA publication need to know heading into 2022.